Part number 4, camp attire. Let's go deep on what the kids have to wear and what they shouldn't be wearing so that your days are successful. So let's talk about this dress code. This is policy number 18. Let's start with what to wear.
All right, so acceptable forms of clothing, t-shirts, athletic shorts, athletic shoes, leggings, tank tops, socks with those shoes, athletic joggers, baseball hats, and now let's go into what not to wear.
Yeah, so on this one, it's really important, guys. We want to encourage them to not wear jeans. Let's not wear skirts without undershorts. That's very, very important, especially for active camps. You don't want the kids showing up with flip flops or slides, sandals, certainly not Crocs. Um, Another one, we've seen this before, which is why it's on the list. Don't let the kids show up with dress up heels. For those of you that have kids, your daughters out there wearing those dress up heels, they don't belong in camp. Also, princess dresses and or superhero costumes. Now, keep in mind, there are themed days where that kind of stuff is encouraged. For a normal day of camp, keep it simple. All right, Lauren. So, what would be an example of like one or two items that you would want the kids who are dancing to be able to wear?
Yeah, so for dance, if you are doing levels, which we highly recommend you do, is you can have like an armband that represents whatever level that they're on for dance. If you have a dance shirt, they can go ahead and throw that on over top of whatever that they're wearing during that day.
Yeah, and the same thing kind of applies with cheerleading as well. But when we get into martial arts, what you can actually do, and again, there's a lot of traditionalists that are in our program, which is great. And we want you to be flexible, right? Be coachable on this one. You could literally just have the kids wear their uniform top and their belt, and that is more than enough. Now, you can also have them put on their martial art pants over their summer camp shorts. That works exceedingly well. In fact, we've done that with hundreds of kids, and it works perfectly. When we go into more of like a soccer camp or a specific team sports camp, it's as easy as just throwing on one of those practice jerseys on top of the shirt they're already wearing and maybe even changing out their shoes to put on cleats. It is super simple. And again, simple equals scalable. Number 20, level testing. So, firstly, this is going to happen the second to last week of summer camp. You do want to invite all parents and families of those students who are leveling up or testing. And then during that test, write this in your notes, the students do in fact wear their full uniform. So we're going to start out with the most obvious common example. This would be for martial arts, right? Martial arts, you go from white belt and then traditionally you test for yellow belt next, depending on the style that you're in. So this would be a perfect example of where all of the kids are learning curriculum and they're learning techniques during the summer to prepare them for that yellow belt test at the end of the summer, that the second to last week, right? This works with any sport, no matter what you're teaching. You can create a curriculum that has benchmarks that they're going to learn throughout the summer. And because the kids, the majority of them attend the entire summer, they get invited for that test. And we've seen testings go extremely well. And that also gives you the opportunity to dual enroll those children into your evening or even weekend programs so that they can continue training with you even after the summer camp is over. And we've also seen this where they will go from summer camp, they'll enroll into your after school program and your evening or weekend program. And what's really awesome about that, when you get that dual enrollment, that really ramps up your revenue with this system and makes it incredible.
Now, given that your students during those level testings will be in their full uniform, this is actually a perfect opportunity for you to get those testimonial videos from not only your students who are on a high right now because they just leveled up, but also from their families, from their parents, the people that are there to support them. They're going to be pumped up too and very happy to jump on video and give you an amazing testimonial video.